Hi guys, it's me, Catelynn. I know I've shared with many of you before about how I started drinking at 19 and how very quickly that became my lifestyle. Everything was a reason or an excuse for me to drink. It didn't matter if it was a good day or a bad day, there was going to be alcohol involved. And I just kind of wanted to take this opportunity to open up with you a little bit more and just share with you a little bit about what that period of my life was like. It was a very dark time for me. I was full of anger and hatred. It overflowed out of me. It consumed me. I hated everyone and everything. If somebody was beneficial to me or if I needed something, I could play nice, but it was fake. All I knew was hatred, and more than I hated anyone else, I hated me. I did not like anything about me whatsoever. And just so much hatred back then. I remember telling people, like, bragging about it. I was very proud of the fact that I was going to be dead by 25. That was my plan. I was going to be crazy and wasted and stupid, and it was going to be hilarious. And if I survived past 25, I was going to be really upset about that. But what I didn't know was, I was alive, but I was already dead. I lived in a world of destruction and death and decay, and I spread that into everyone's life that knew me. I hurt a lot of people back then. I hurt my family. Dad told me there was one Sunday he had to work, and I called him, and I don't remember this phone call. I was messed up. But he said he was so worried. He was so scared that I was going to commit suicide, that he left work that instant and went to church and asked for prayers, because he knew that the only way I would survive was if God got me through it. And I'd like to tell you that was an isolated incident, but I know it happened many, many times. And I hurt my friends, these people who I professed to love and care about. I would often find myself physically or verbally fighting them. I would intentionally hurt myself. I spread pain and heartache and death into the lives of anybody that knew me. In Colossians chapter 1, it says, "Once I was alienated from God. I was an enemy in my own mind because of my evil behavior." And I was an enemy of God. I spent every single day running further and further away from Him, sprinting away as far and as fast as I could go through my sins, through my drunkenness, through my sexual immorality, through my hatred, through my selfishness. I was disgusting, and I was ashamed, and I hated myself, and I didn't think I deserved to be alive. But I'm finding out the beautiful thing about grace is I don't get what I deserve. When I was 24 and a half, that was when God made me stop drinking. And every now and then I'll come across pictures from that time, and I can just see how yellow my eyes were, which is a sign of some pretty serious liver damage. And I didn't notice at the time, but I really think that if God had not stopped me when he did, if I hadn't listened, if I had continued the way I was going, I don't think I would have seen 25 years old. And I wish I could tell you that when I got sober, I gave my life to God, but that wasn't quite the case. I still had some stubbornness and some anger and some hate in my heart, and I started going to church every Sunday. I would not miss a Sunday going to church unless I absolutely was sick. So I was like, hey, I'm not drinking anymore, so I'm better than I was, and going to church every day. And I thought that was enough. I thought I could coast through and worship this false god that I had created in my mind, and everything was good. And that wasn't the case, but I know that being sober was a gift of time from God, because during that time, he just continued to soften my heart and to work in my life and in me and all around me, until I finally was ready to listen and to admit not only how much I needed God, but how much I wanted him in my life. Revelations 22 says, "The Spirit and the bride say, 'Come.' Whoever is thirsty, let him come. Whoever wishes, let him take the free gift of the water of life." And I was so thirsty, guys. I was stuck in the middle of the desert, literally dying of thirst. And last year, I didn't want to be thirsty anymore. So I gave my life to God. I repented of my sins, and I let go of that anger and that hate that I was holding on to. And I took part in the free gift of the water of life, and I have that water flowing through me. I can feel it coursing in my veins, and it is more sensational than any amount of alcohol or anything else I've ever consumed. And that is just crazy, and it's amazing, and it's wonderful. And I'm sitting here before you telling you, yes, Jesus came to heal the sick, and he came to break the chains that sin has on us, and he came to give life to the dead. And I know because he did all of those things for me, and only he could do those things for me. And even though I didn't deserve it, I don't deserve it, he has brought me into his family and has given me life. And so I'm sitting before you here today, 27 years old, and I'm alive. And I don't just mean I wake up in the morning still breathing air. I have true life. I have the life of Jesus Christ in my heart and in my soul. And it's the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced. It is the most amazing and exciting adventure I have ever been on. And I love it. And I just want to share this free gift with everyone that I possibly can. And that's why I wanted to open up with you guys a bit more. And I hope this has touched your hearts, and I hope you share it with anyone and everyone. And I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. And I love you guys. So thank you. Bye.